Shalom Akim, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yoshai Barakadam Ba'ashim Kakadash. Double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Grimmy Stone well, to the Akim and Akwath throughout the four corners of the earth, holding on to the testament of the Lord Amashak Yahushua in these bitter and desperate times. Yeah, so the economy is not looking good for a lot of people that having issues with their rent being increased, man. So when you go online, you're gonna see so many news reports as people having difficulties dealing with huge rental increases. All right, and they're upset. They're facing eviction notices because the landlord is no longer accepting an extension of a lease. All right. No more lease extensions, and that's it. No more month to month. So what's gonna happen? Whoever's renting that property, you know, has to find another place to go. So it's creating a negative sentiment. A sense of defeat, a sense of frustration, anxiety, depression, and all that. So it's gonna drive a lot of people mad. And you just gotta pray to the Lord Amashak Yahushua that you looked after in those days, man. Because Isaiah chapter 33 verse 6 talks about wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Shall be thy strength in these difficult times. All right. So you have to understand that you're gonna go through tough times. All right. So you're already seeing gas prices going up, and the Lord is gonna allow the elites to push it up because of their agenda. So you just gotta prepare yourself, man. Prepare yourself. So I want to read from the book of Sirach, chapter 29. This is what the Lord, put in the minds of the prophets to make known to the people that will listen. All right. So it says in verse 21, Sirach 29:21, the chief thing for life. All right. The chief thing for life is water and bread and clothing and an house to cover shame. All right. So you need those resources, man, to be productive. You need clean water, or what they like to say, potable water that you can use. All right. You need food, and then you need clothing, and then you need a house. To set up your operations for the next task at hand. All right. And then it says in verse 22, better is the life of a poor man in the mean cottage than delicate fare in another man's house. So you have to understand that benefits of owning something. All right. And, you got to prepare yourself, man, because at any point in time, this landlord, landlord mania, man, could always turn into a storm. And a lot of people are finding out the hard way. All right, so it's better, you are able to have a hedge. Use the words of the Lord as inspiration to find some property, that you could basically own. But at the end of the day, it's not really going to protect you, from the wrath to come. But you just have to shield yourself from the drama of these so-called, big, big corporations that own multi-rental units and all that stuff, because they want to make a profit, and they will do whatever they can to ensure that happens, so that they increase rent. They look for ways to make the people pay for utilities and all that stuff. So you just understand that it's no joke. Even this so-called homeowners association, they make a lot of money too, from all these HOA fees and they keep the properties in the area maintained, and at the same time, they could use that funding to strengthen businesses that they have links with, you know. So you have to understand that the value of how money flows, how power flows, all right? Because that's how it is. Wherever the money is, the source of the revenue is, that's where the power is, all right? But you don't want to get yourself attached. You just want to know where it's coming from and where it's going. So you just have to be in that position. You have to position yourself to get a piece of it too. All right. So that's why the Lord has given us this knowledge, this wisdom, and this understanding to know how to better organize our finances. All right. To learn to live below your limits. And when you see an opportunity to grow, you grow. And that's what the Lord expects of us. All right. So you don't overburden yourself with your desires, and you don't sell yourself short either. All right. So you have to find that sweet balance. All right. Then verse 23 says, "Be it little or much, hold thee contented, that thou hear not the reproach of thy house." So you don't want to be the talk of the town. Just like the Lord Yahushua said that, he that didn't count the cost, to get a job done will be mocked. So you have to be, how you say it, you have to be circumspect, all right, about the way you handle your finances and how you spend your time. How you devote your focus, your attention, all right. And then verse 24 says, "For it is a miserable life to go from house to house." So when people are not stable, and they're going from shelter to shelter, from couch to the shelter, from one person's house to the next, it's rough. Especially in this world, you get exposed to all types of negative attitudes. So you have to, build up your mind to change that situation, for the better. All right. Then it says, "For where thou art a stranger, thou darest not open thy mouth." So it's a power struggle. You have an unjust system that's exploiting people. So why would you want to join hands with it and become an unrighteous party? So you have to learn how to stay clear of those situations. The Lord doesn't say that you will not get tested, but you have to know what's going to happen when you find yourself at the bottom. You have to trust in the promises that the Lord has made known, to us in the scriptures, because you just have to pray, man. You just have to pray that the Lord pulls you up, man. Pulls you up out of your calamity, out of the pit, out of hell. All right. So you don't want to lose hope and just give in and just throw away, the instructions that the Lord has blessed you with. So you have to put it on as a defense. You have to protect your integrity by holding on to the words of the Lord. Shy. All right. So you just have to understand that the resources you've been given, especially this funding, the money you're making from the plantation responsibilities, you have to use it wisely. Or when you get a credit card, hey, use it to the best of your ability, to give yourself a leg up from the calamities that's coming, because it's not really a long-term solution. It's just a short-term thing. You have to use the funding to position yourself against this financial storm. All right. So the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, verse 19 says, "A feast is made for laughter, and wine maketh merry, but money answereth all things. All right, so you gotta have the funding to handle your business, man. You can't just set up a feast without taking care of the funding part. All right, you can't have one without the other. All right, so no one's gonna give you a lamb for free, wine for free, and all that stuff to have a banquet. Because these businesses are trying to raise profits. Okay, unless it's some some charity event. So you just have to understand the principles of handling money. All right. So don't neglect the opportunities, man, to be a wise servant. So the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 12 says, for wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. So you have to have knowledge and wisdom, and you have to apply it so you could get the benefits that you're looking for. All right, because what's the use of having money and then you don't have no wisdom to put it in the right place? All right, and how to spend it. So you don't overlook the special instructions that the Lord has blessed you with. So I'm just gonna play this clip, man, and show you how vulnerable the poor of our people are in this society, and the sadness and bitterness, the frail foundation that they do have. All right.
You're already scrambling in anticipation that rent is due on the 1st. Are you one of the millions of Americans now facing a rent hike this year? Consumer reporter John Matarese found out that there may be something you can do about it so you don't waste your money.
Soaring home prices may get all the attention right now, but for thousands of Central Ohioans who are not homeowners, their rent is rising to stunning levels too.
So with a $375 hike, that's going to hurt me tremendously.
Nurses aide Diamond Trimble just received this letter from her landlord, informing her that her rent is about to go up from $650 to $1,025, over 30% next month.
I got the letter February 23rd. So 30 days.
But she says her apartment is in terrible condition with broken window treatments,
Nasty blinds,
a moldy bathroom ceiling, and an oven that hasn't worked in months. That doesn't work?
Nope, doesn't cut on.
Yeah, so she's basically living in a hazardous environment, and all that stress she got to endure, and her not making enough to to cover expenses. So that's why it's important, man, that these women, they have a man, they have a husband. It's that simple. So all this independent, I can do it on my own, the Lord is going to put it to the test, and they're going to fail miserably. All right. So just imagine, man, imagine the anger and frustration these so-called single independent women are going to have when the Lord puts them in this position to humble them. So, hey, that's why the scripture says, if two lie together, would they not be warm? And it also says that, it's not easy to break a bundle of cords or bundle of sticks tied with the cords together. So there's strength in unity. There's strength when a man and a woman doing the right thing are on the same page. So they know they have a sure foundation, especially when they trust in the Lord. All this solo stuff, man, doesn't work. It's not good for the long run. You gotta have a strong foundation. And if that solo stuff is what it's gonna be about, you gotta make sure that you're doing enough to bring in more revenue, because it's gonna be tough on brothers to try to catch up on rent. especially when the landlord is looking at the market, looking at the price of fuel, the price of material, the price of paying contractors to fix things. So you're gonna come up with special programs. Even where I'm living, man, they want they want reserved parking so people could pay for reserved parking. you know, I mean, they make an improvement, but at the end of the day, you have to understand that it's gonna create some pressure on the people when you have less open spots. So, and you know exactly what's gonna lead up to. You know, tow truck companies coming around, making money off people's simplicity. So there's nothing new when it comes to understanding the misery of poverty. All right. So you just have to prepare yourself, man, and apply this wisdom to get yourself, you know, on the next page. So I'm going to read another precept. It's still in the same chapter, and then I'll just read us. Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 11 says, "Wisdom is good with an inheritance, and by it there is profit to them that see the sun." So you gotta have some material resources, that you can use, to complement the wisdom that you do have. You gotta have something. It could be a small plot of land. It could be a vehicle, to get certain things done. It could be a computer, it could be a cell phone for you to get information from the outside world, and then you use that to improve yourself and get more revenue, get more wages, get more investments. So you have no excuse not to be productive, man. You can't just sit at home all day without generating revenue, that week. You have to be constantly productive, So there's more precepts to be read. All right. So you just gotta know how to spread your resources around. Okay. So the book of Sirach, chapter 18. I'm going to read from verse 32 to 33. So it says, "Take not pleasure in much good cheer, neither be tied to the expense thereof." So in other words, don't overindulge in amusement. Don't get yourself over invested in entertainment. All right. And then it says in verse 33, "Be not a beggar by banqueting upon borrowing." All right. So you don't have to go beyond your limit, man. You just have to learn how to stay on your level, man. Whatever the Lord has given to you, you have to accept with thanksgiving, and you have to be frugal with it. All right. So it says, "When thou hast nothing in thy purse." All right. So it says, be not made a beggar by banqueting upon borrowing, when thou hast nothing in thy purse. So when you don't have the funds, don't go beyond your imagination, man, to make yourself a laughing stock, to make yourself a coon for foolish purposes, man. So it says, "For thou shalt lie in wait for thine own life and be talked on." So you're gonna become your own worst enemy. You're like your own worst enemy, man. You're cursing yourself out every little opportunity. You're smacking yourself on the face. Always afflicting your soul with unnecessary grief because of poor planning, poor management, man. Economics. You gotta have a poor a proper management of your resources, man. You gotta make sure the household is taken care of, man. Take care of your spiritual house first, all right? Then be worried about the carnal house, you know. So that's why the Lord talked about that, you know. So I'll pull that real quick. Let's pull it up real quick. So the book of Galatians chapter 6 verse 8 says this: For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. All right? And is that clear? You know, it's in line with what Lord Yahushua said. You know, lay up your treasures in the kingdom of heaven. You know, that's where our storehouses are. All right? So don't throw away, you know, your opportunities to look fresh in this world, and then you end up being a bum in the face of the Lord. You don't want that mindset. It's better to be rich in works, rich in faith, all right, than to be trying to be what you're not in this world, you know. So you just have to let go of those mortal cravings, man. All right. So I think that's the point right there, man. You know, that's the point right there. So you just gotta be focused, just like the Lord Yahushua says in Matthew chapter 7 verse 6. Let me get it real quick. Yeah, it's one of my favorite precepts. So it says this, Matthew chapter 7 verse 6: Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you. So you gotta know how to move your resources and put them in the right place, man. You can't be trying to look good in this world, and then all of a sudden, folks of this world want to turn around and you know, make you a source of their revenue. You know, giving you a hard time, trying to you know, calling your number all the time, because I did see you running around with a lot of resources, because you're out there flaunting everything. So you just gotta learn to stay among the wise, you know, that understand the principle of being humble. You know, the Lord is not looking for flashy, flamboyant individuals to be in His ministry. All right, you gotta learn how to be based. You know, how to keep both feet on the ground. You know, and do what is necessary. You gotta keep the foundation stable. All right, because the Lord is not, you know, sending His servants, the prophets, around looking for drama. You know, whatever you have in the pot, use that, you know, judiciously. You know, you can't be overspending and try to look good in a place where you have no business spending the Lord's money. So you have to spend the Lord's money among the brotherhood for necessities. So that's the point that I can, you know, you just got to accept the bitter with the sweet. You know, this world is filled with bitterness, and the word of the Lord, you know, is there to help you handle it. All right, Shalom.